You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. Many of you are aware of a lot of people getting fired for disrespecting Charlie Kirk passing away. So as you enter into the chat, make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Without further ado, we're going to play a few clips of what people have to say about the firing. So let's get right to it. All right, here we go.
In the days following the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, many workers have been fired for their comments on his death. It's far from the first time workers have lost their jobs over something they said publicly, including in social media posts. But the speed at which the firings are happening does raise questions about worker rights versus employer rights. Protections for workers in the US vary from state to state. For example, in New York, if an employee is participating in a weekend political protest but not associating themselves with the organization that employs them, their employer can't fire them for that activity. But
Okay, so she's giving out examples. It's state by state basis. So in New York, particularly New York City as well, everybody just be saying New York. Let's just get to New York City. And if you are saying certain things while on company time, or you disrespecting policies when you at these particular places, it varies, you could lose your job. All right, let's continue.
if an employee is at a company event on a weekend and talks about their political views in a way that makes someone else feel targeted, then they could face consequences. Some experts suggest that there are pockets of protection under various state laws that forbid punishing workers for their political views. But there's often an exception for conduct seen as disruptive to an employer's business or reputation, which could be grounds to fire someone over public comments or social media posts. Social media is making it easier than ever to share opinions about major news events as they're unfolding. But posting online leaves a record, and those declarations can be harmful to a person or their employer.
All right, so there you have it. Let's get right to it.
The news of Charlie Kirk's death inspired people around the country to take to social media to voice their thoughts on the shooting and the state of our politics. And in some cases, it's been met with swift public reaction. There are now calls for a Wake County teacher to be fired for a social media post on Facebook. WRAL's Kirsten Clark spoke with legal analysts who say the request is in conflict with free speech rights.
This is a post that Idris Abdul Aziz allegedly shared on social media after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. We have blurred some of the strong language in the post. Now, it has since been deleted, and we haven't been able to find Abdul Aziz on social media. But the situation raises questions about whether Wake County policy is in conflict with free speech.
Okay, this is the individual right here. This individual right here, this demon should be fired. It's a teacher. You teaching different backgrounds. How dare you have the nerve to be so disrespectful? You're a teacher. You're a teacher and you preaching hate. So I'm wondering if you preaching hate to other people's children in a classroom. Yes, he should be fired. Yes, absolutely, yes. Because we don't know what he's teaching the children in the classroom. He should be fired. Let's go.
The post reads, in part, quote, "Black people stating RIP for a bigot, white supremacist is crazy talk." What did he say about black women again? Words about...
Listen. This guy don't even care about his own woman. That teacher don't even care about his own woman. He don't care about his own family. He's a racist. He's a black racist. Let's go.
The late Charlie Kirk, drawing backlash from parents now asking for Idris Abdul Aziz to be fired. The post reflects many others on social media shared after.
Let's get his face. Let's Let's get his face. There it is right there. Then look at this. Look at this monster. Yes, he should be fired. He put it on a public platform. He's a teacher. We don't know what he's teaching these kids at this particular school. Yes, fire him. Or make sure the school gets shut down if they don't fire him. Shut down the school. Shut down the school. He should be let go. Let's continue.
To be fired. The post reflects many others on social media shared after Kirk's death, referencing comments the political activist made during campus debates or on the Charlie Kirk show.
If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? It almost creates thought patterns that are not necessarily wholesome.
And Mr. Kirk is correct. I don't want to go to an environment where I'm not wanted. And there's been times I've been to places where I know I'm not wanted and I'm not willing to spend my money. Let me explain something to y'all. If I go to a certain environment that people look like me, acting a fool, I'm not going to support that business because they're allowing foolishness. He's looking at it as this woman was irate. And you got so-called black women that be acting irate. Let's not play this game. There'd be some so-called black women be irate and so disrespectful to their own man and to other men and other women of other cultures. This is crazy. It's a lot of racism. The people that don't want to accept Charlie Kirk was speaking truth on what he saw. And people don't like that. They want to protect sin. Let's continue.
Creates resentment.
We confirmed that Abdulaziz is still actively employed at Millbrook High School, where he has taught since 2018.
So he's been teaching since 2018. So I believe this dude been like this for a long time. So, hey, they need to fire him. It's either he get fired or the school gets shut down. That's all to it. Let's go.
The Wake County Public School System declined to comment on the post due to state law, but a spokesperson shared the school system's social media guidelines, which state that employees who share inappropriate or offensive content via their personal social media accounts may face disciplinary action. I sat down today with North Carolina employment lawyer Laura Noble, who says public employees like Abdulaziz are protected by the First Amendment.
No, ma'am, how's he protected by the First Amendment? Ma'am, if he disrespects you, are you going to still keep him in the job? Ma'am, if he disrespects you in your household, ma'am, how's he protected by the First Amendment? That means she don't like Charlie Kirk. She didn't like him. She didn't like him because he was talking about his woman too. That's not on point. See, this is why I'm saying that she's protecting this demon. She's protecting this black demon. Listen again. She mad she don't gotta, she mad she go home to a man she don't even want. Let me tell you guys something. You got some of these women, they be going home to a man they don't even want because no man really wants them. That's the fact. She probably one of those women that wish she had a Charlie Kirk. She wish she had a young Charlie Kirk. She probably in her 50s miserable, her 40s, 50s miserable, and she's seeing a young Mrs. Kirk. She glad, yo, you'd be surprised how some of these women in their 40s and 50s be acting, man, berate on the young woman. Listen again. Look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. Look at her. Look at her. She trying to keep up with the young lady. She got her legs crossed. She trying to, you know, show that she still got it going on. She trying to entice men. Come on, man. This is crazy, man. You got to watch out for these people, man. Watch this.
Lawyer Laura Noble, who says public employees like Abdulaziz are protected by the First Amendment.
No matter how much you disagree with it or agree with it, it is not the government's role, according to our Constitution, to take action against people who choose to express themselves in a personal way in whatever platform they choose.
A sentiment echoed by the vice president of the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression.
This is where we get into the issue of the free speech culture, and that we have to sometimes encounter speech that we don't like or that makes us uncomfortable. And that's the price, I guess, of being in a free society.
I also tried reaching out to Abdul Aziz about the post and related concerns. I was not able to reach him. In Raleigh, Kirk.
Of course, he's a coward. He's a coward. Cowards always run when they do something wrong. That's what cowards do. They run like little girls. They run like little girls. Let's continue.
Clark, WRAL News.
This is just one example of someone's job being threatened over their comments on social media regarding Charlie Kirk. We've actually seen people fired in North Carolina and beyond.
People getting fired in North Carolina. Listen, y'all be respectful in the chat. Look. I open up the chat to everyone, right? Be respectful. No cussing. No cussing in the chat, y'all. Can we be grown adults to agree to disagree? Be respectful in the chat, all right? You don't want people to come to your house being disrespectful. You in Floridian Rollo's chat? I'm letting y'all rock out. Let's get the lights up. Double tap the light screen. Come on now. Stop being stingy with the lights, y'all. We're having a serious conversation, and we only got 8 lights. Let's get the lights up to 40 right now. Let's go. If you rocking with the platform, get the lights up and subscribe to the channel. Come on now. We got a good solid 45 people out here and only 8 lights. Really? Really? Get the lights up, y'all. Come on, let's get it up. Stop cussing in the chat, y'all. I can see it on my end on a restream because I have the cuss words blocked. You know? So be respectful, y'all. Let me get this person out of here. Pack this person on out of here. Got that entity out of here. Or that deity. It could be a man or woman. Got that person blocked. You're not going to say certain things that's not true. All right? Let's continue. Let's go.
Our employee for the Carolina Panthers was fired for his posts about Kirk. An employee at Clemson University was fired for their posts. Multiple Florida educators and even a wildlife employee were all fired for their posts. It's important to say.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that they got fired. That's good that they got fired. That's good that they got fired. That's good. You can't be disrespectful. Let's continue.
There is a deliberate effort underway to target people who post about Kirk in ways that are seen as offensive. Look at this post from Laura Loomer, an influential figure on the right with direct access to President Trump. In a response to a post about people cheering Kirk's death, she wrote, "Send me."
So Mrs. Laura Loomer says, send their names to me. Let's get them fired. And David posted what happened. All right, let's continue.
Their names, let's get them fired. But you probably know this is far from a new phenomenon. The act of targeting someone for what they say on social media has been around for years, and it's not specific to one political party. A sheriff's deputy in the Kansas City area was fired for a post that was anti-deportation. An attorney in Chicago was fired for sending anti-Semitic messages.
You see? You see? They're not playing games. Let's stick with the subject, y'all. Let's stick with the subject. If you come in my chat, we're sticking to the subject. We're not going off about the Trump situation with McCain. Don't listen. If you come in the chat, hit the like button on your way in and come in, be respectful. We're not talking about John McCain. We're talking about Charlie Kirk. All right? Let's continue.
A fire department employee in St. Louis was fired for posting insensitive remarks about a police shooting. A school board member in Texas was fired for using curse words in a social media post. A city employee in Illinois was fired for posting racist comments, and then that employee was actually rehired. And that is just scratching the surface. There is a never-ending list of examples. Some made national news, but others didn't. There is a legitimate debate to be had about targeting people for what they post, if people should try to alter other people's lives for something that they said on social media. And where you land on that probably depends on what you think about the comments made by the person in question. But we should answer a more central question. Is this allowed? Can employers, private or public, fire you for what you say on social media? I spoke with someone at the ACLU.
All right, so let's see what they say.
There are certainly different protections for private versus public employees. If it's personal speech on a matter of public concern, that is the type of speech that is often afforded the most protections under the First Amendment, alongside political speech. And the gist of it is that a lot of the protections for private employees are variable depending what state you're in. And in North Carolina, we do not have great public or private employee protections.
Yeah, North Carolina is a right to work state, right? Meaning companies can fire employees for any reason.
That's right. If you're out there in North Carolina, pay attention. Let's go.
There are more protections for public employees, but that doesn't mean they aren't being fired for what they say. We've seen different situations play out in different ways. Earlier this year, for example, a state lawmaker rejected an invite to a town event in Apex because of profane voicemails left by a town official. That official kept their job. The town's communications director told WRAL Apex does not place unconstitutional restrictions on an employee's First Amendment right to engage in free speech that falls outside of their job duties. But 2 years ago in Greensboro, a firefighter was fired for making anti-LGBTQ statements on social media. We've seen similar situations in other.
It all depends on the various situation. Some will do it, some won't do it. You know, let's continue.
States. One almost made it to the U.S. Supreme Court. A teacher in Massachusetts was fired for posts people said were transphobic. She filed a lawsuit claiming this violated her right to freedom of speech. And in June.
Okay, we got a witch in the house. We have a witch in the house. We have an actual witch in the house, right? Oh my goodness. Let me screenshot this. We got an actual witch in the house, y'all, in real time. Let me check this out real quick. Wow. We got a witch in my chat in real time, y'all. We got a witch in real time. Let me check this channel out. But when I go to the channel, hold on a second. Oh, they're using somebody's photo. They're using somebody's photo. This witch is using somebody's photo. Okay, what do you want, witch? Who sent you? Who sent you? Who you working for? Because your spells ain't going to work on me. I rebuke and we send it back to the sender in the name of Christ. These entities and deities coming in my chat. Telling you. Let's continue.
The Supreme Court declined to take up the case. The First Amendment gives us freedom of speech, but how that actually plays out is very nuanced. Obscenity, fighting words, libel, incitement, threats, fraud, defamation, social media policies, company policies, considerations for time.
Okay, you out of here, Witch. I already got your information. Witch, I got your information. All your name calling, it's not going to work. Okay. Let me pack the witch out of here. All right, you're gone. The witch is gone, y'all. The witch is gone. So, yeah, they're not playing games. A lot of these companies ain't playing games. And people are calling for people to get fired based on what they're talking about. Let's go.
Time and place and manner, spoken versus written speech, speech as action, speech as money. The nuance is complicated and confusing. And as we've seen, there are inconsistent applications of the First Amendment argument. And that's all the more reason to be thoughtful about what we say, guys.
Yeah, you got to be thoughtful of what you say. Listen to this.
Well, my brothers and sisters, it has begun. NBC just reported that the Secretary of Defense is asking people at the Pentagon to spy on their co-workers and report them if they post anything critical of Charlie Kirk. Some of y'all may still want to believe that you live in a democracy. This is your reminder, you don't. I remember once posting a comment about something on either Facebook or on LinkedIn. And I think it was LinkedIn, which is a platform I do not use because I frankly think that they're anti-Black, but that's just my personal opinion.
No. Ain't nobody anti-Black. Ain't nobody anti-Black. No, you just want to be in sin, ma'am. You want to be in sin. You're a witch. This is an actual witch we listening to, y'all. This lady is a witch. This is a witch. This is a bona fide older woman witch. What you see on this screen is an actual witch that pray for men and women to have nothing while they live good off your misery. Now watch what this witch say. We are exposing each and every person that comes around here. Let's go. This is a bona fide witch, y'all.
But a person commented and asked me how I felt my employer would feel about my statements because they felt they were, quote, racist, unquote, because I had said something about the fact that white women can be very problematic for Black women in workplaces, and this person didn't like it.
No. Y'all are problematic for everybody. You witches are problematic for everybody. No. White women call out Black women that are problematic. That's witches. That's on demon time. They don't want you around. You're a nuisance to the company. You could tell this older woman is a problem, y'all. She's a problem. And what they do, they try to lower you in by showing you certain things, trying to act like they holy, and they try to, make themselves look important. This is a witch, y'all. This is a bona fide witch.
And I told the person that I was pretty sure that my employer would approve because I'm my employer. But this video is for those of you who aren't your own employer primarily, and maybe for some of you who are self-employed but need to hear this as well. Freedom of speech is eroding. Things are changing rapidly. Pay attention. I'm Anne Marie, and I'm the founder and owner of Anti-HR and HR Consulting Company. My company provides employee-focused consulting. I spent over 25 years managing and overseeing human resources, and I'm also a licensed attorney. While I don't provide...
How many people you fired, miss? How many people you fired for letting you know about yourself? You don't probably fire a lot of people, got a lot of people end up, locked up. The list goes on.
Legal advice, I do share insights based on my deep understanding of how human resources really works. My niche is teaching employees not just how to recognize discrimination and other wrongdoing in the workplace, but how to leverage that recognition into negotiating a paid exit, severance, without having to hire an attorney or file a legal claim. This is something that HR does all the time, but they don't necessarily want you to know about it because HR is not your friend. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, comment, but do so constructively, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video when I drop one.
We're done listening to her. Hold on one second. We're done listening to her. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, let's get to this one. I'm done listening to that witch. I'm done listening to the witch. Let's get to the other news stations. All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Let's go.
Moments ago, the Clemson Board of Trustees saying decisive action was required, and tonight university officials confirm an employee has been fired and 2 faculty members have been removed from teaching.
The university says this was in response to comments and posts they made on social media following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Our Ray Arena is live on campus at the Madron Center where the university's board met earlier this afternoon. Ray.
Nigel, that meeting just ended mere moments ago, and pretty quickly the university's board went into executive session or meeting behind closed doors, and that's where they remained for more than 3 hours as they received legal advice regarding personnel matters. Now, this all comes days after the social media posts of a total of 3 employees and faculty came under scrutiny.
Listen to this. Let's go.
We find that entirely unacceptable. We cannot have that kind of speech here on campus.
Clemson College Republicans condemning the social media post of an employee and 2 faculty members after conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination.
We had one who basically declared it to be karmic justice. We had another who was celebrating, who was reveling in the death of Charlie, and a third, and ultimately the most egregious, who said in a world of Charlie Kirk's, be a Tyler Henderson.
The students have gained support nationally and from the state for showing those posts. Members of the South Carolina Freedom Caucus were on campus and threatened to defund the university if they didn't take action.
They speaking my lingo. Say that again. What if they didn't do what they're supposed to do? What would happen to the school?
Members of the South Carolina Freedom Caucus were on campus and threatened to defund the university if they didn't take action.
They was threatened to defund the school if they didn't take action. That's what's supposed to happen with that teacher out there on the other side of the coast. I believe he's in Texas. That teacher, I believe, is in Texas. That black demon teacher. Defund the school. Take your kids out of that school. Shout out to South Carolina for handling business. Listen again. This is how it's supposed to be. You show these demons what time it is. What did I always tell y'all? If you want these demons to starve, pull your support from these demons. If you want these demons to do what they're supposed to do, pull your support. Listen again.
Students have gained support nationally and from the state for showing those posts. Members of the South Carolina Freedom Caucus were on campus and threatened to defund the university if they didn't take action.
Threatened to defund if they didn't take action. Let's go.
Our taxpayers in South Carolina, they do not want to be funding the woke.
Woo! 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 Yes. This is my type. This is my type of people right here. Yeah. Say that again, ma'am. Say that again. Listen again.
Our taxpayers in South Carolina, they do not want to be funding the woke.
Woo! Woo! I love when they talk like this. I love when they talk like this. Say that again.
Action.
Our taxpayers in South Carolina, they do not want to be funding the woke leftist junk and their agenda that's been coming into our state. That doesn't stand for our values of the taxpayers, the majority of the taxpayers in our state.
The university did take action, firing an employee and removing 2 faculty members from teaching.
We do not, at the end of the day, want to see Clemson defunded, but at the end of the day, they have to understand they are at the will of the State House. They are at the will.
Yeah. The people have spoken. We'll pull the money if you don't fire these people. You won't have no faculty. You won't have nowhere to go. They ain't playing no games. Let's go.
Especially the amount of federal funding they receive.
The moves were announced hours after South Carolina's Attorney General told the university president in a letter that state law didn't prevent the university from firing them. Protesters outside of Monday's board meeting asked the university to reinstate them.
The government is extorting Clemson by threatening funding if the university does not violate these employees' constitutional rights to free speech.
No, we don't want demons. We're tired of you demons. We're tired of you warlocks. We're tired of you witches. We're tired of all of y'all. We're tired of you sinners, regardless of your culture, regardless of your creed, of your background. We don't want sinners around no more. Put a hashtag in the building. We don't want sinners no more. Let them know in the chat. We don't want sinners no more. We don't support sinners. Let's go.
This is illegal.
After the meeting, I asked University President Jim Clemens to see if he had any other comment in addition to what the board chair shared at the end of the meeting, but he did not answer my requests for comment. We also reached out to the Clemson College Democrats for an interview earlier today, but they were not available. Reporting to answer my requests for comment. We also reached out to the Clemson College Democrats for an interview earlier today, but they were not available.
Of course they're not available. They're getting high, getting drunk, and being so disrespectful in people's chats, people's comments. Of course they're not going to be around. That's what demons do. They run when there's put pressure on them. Let's go.
Reporting live at Clemson University, Ray Urena, WYFF News 4.
Hold on a second. We got more. All right, let's get to this one. Let me get this person out of here. I told y'all they're not gonna be disrespectful in the chat. Not gonna be disrespectful in my chat with the nonsense. Be respectful. I don't promote none of that stuff. I'm not with that stuff myself. I'm just saying, be respectful in the chat. Y'all gotta learn how to speak. Speak on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let certain things be in my chat. At the end of the day, this is a business. You gotta be respectful. Let me get to this right here. All right, let's get right to it. All right. Let me get this person out of there. Okay, they out of there. Okay, let's get to this. Listen to this.
Since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the internet has shown its dark side.
I think the only thing that went wrong that day was that Trump wasn't standing behind him getting a secondhand bullet.
Y'all heard that part? You hear that part? Look at that witch. Look what the witch say. Look what the witch say. This witch right here. Look at this witch. Look at this witch, y'all. Look what this witch say. Pay attention. Watch this. Witches and warlocks. Pay attention.
Since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the internet has shown its dark side.
I think the only thing that went wrong that day was that Trump wasn't standing behind him getting a secondhand bullet.
But retribution in the form of public firing seems to be coming swiftly. Libs of TikTok has become a steady stream of calling out those who are celebrating the death of the conservative activists, from a DA in Montana to college professors, Democratic candidates, and lots of teachers.
The guy who made a living spewing evil, hate-filled rhetoric died from getting shot right in the voice box. I might be 1% less atheist today.
But it's not just...
You hear this? You hear this?
Libs of TikTok. Virginia Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears has called for the Dean of Students of Chesterfield County Public Schools to be fired for saying, quote, "Charlie Kirk, you reap what you sow." The Republican candidate for governor saying, "This vile, heartless remark is completely unacceptable, especially from someone entrusted with our children."
Yes, get rid of that. Listen, miss, get rid of that demon. Get rid of that demon, Allen, whatever his name is. Get rid of that demon, man. Get rid of that demon. Lock him up. Lock him up. He got to go. Get that demon out of here.
Especially from someone entrusted with our children. Also in Virginia, a realtor posted, "The world is a better place with less Trump supporters, period." She was swiftly fired from not one, but 2 jobs. Dustin Fox of Fox Homes Teams writing, "Today, we ended a team member's affiliation with our team. We condemn political violence. We expect everyone who markets under our brand to treat all people with dignity and to serve every client equally, regardless of political views." Samson Properties wrote, "A realtor affiliated with S&P made a social media post that condoned the assassination of Charlie Kirk. At Samson Properties, we firmly believe in free speech and the respectful exchange of ideas across the political spectrum. However, we cannot and will not condone or tolerate the promotion of violence in any form against any person."
Exactly. Get rid of these people.
Then there's one teacher in Florida saying, "This is not the obituary she was hoping for, but it's a close second." Florida State Senator Jennifer Bradley announcing, "This teacher has been immediately suspended."
Let's go, Florida. Yeah. Get rid of her. Get rid of her or him. Yes. I don't care if you're in the state I am. Get rid of them. Get rid of that demon.
An investigation will follow. This type of hate has no place in our schools and around our children.
That's right, Mrs. Jennifer. Thank you, Mrs. Bradley. I wish they do the same thing with that black devil that we talked about earlier. Let's go.
There were actually so many teachers in Florida celebrating Kirk's death, the Commissioner of Education had to release...
There was what? Many teachers in Florida? Ooh, get rid of all of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of all of them.
So many teachers in Florida celebrating Kirk's death, the Commissioner of Education had to release a letter saying he's conducting an investigation into every educator who made despicable comments on social media regarding the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis responding, "It is sad that we've seen a number of teachers across America celebrate Charlie Kirk's murder."
Yes, Mr. DeSantis. Yes, Mr. DeSantis. I'm with you. Yeah, it is. It's across America. This is crazy. He said celebrating the assassination of a 31-year-old father of 2 young kids is disturbing. That teachers will be among those who do so is completely unacceptable. Glad at hashtag Stacey Comaltus is bringing accountability. It is sad that we've seen a number of teachers across America celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. Fire all of them. Fire all of them. I don't care if they got responsibility. They disrespect the dead of a man who's no longer here with us, and his kids are under the age of 5. Come on now. So disrespectful. Let's continue.
After South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace found out a Greenville teacher said America became greater today due to Kirk's death, the Republican called the suit.
You see what these demons say? You see what these demons say, regardless of certain ethnicities, certain people? This is a demon here. We know who this demon represents. Yeah. Regardless, I'm calling out all demons. Let's go.
Superintendent calling for the teacher to be fired. Less than 2 hours later, she updates on X the teacher has been placed on leave and writes in the comments she agrees with people who says he needs to be fired. Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert wrote, "I'm utterly heartbroken and disgusted," when she learned a suicide prevention coordinator for Colorado Department of Health described Kirk as a pro-violence dude and a white man who spews horrible stuff. Even internet games are reenacting the shooting and holding virtual parties.
Wow, they doing games on this. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy, y'all.
Celebrating Kirk's death. Representative Anna Paulina Luna has contacted the FCC and the Apple App Store to try and take down any references to the assassination of Kirk on the platform Roblox. The Florida Republican has also called for social media companies to take down the videos capturing the moments he was shot. While there's definitely a debate on whether or not the graphic videos of Kirk's death should be shown, those rejoicing in his death are receiving rapid retribution. Shortly after the targeted political assassination of a man who focused all his power on debating college kids, investigators condemned those celebrating his death.
If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere.
With all due respect, sir, they demons. There's a lot of demons, witches, and warlocks around us, and they need to be cleansed out.
And while people are saying the rise in political temperatures caused this tragedy, and others are calling for dialing down the rhetoric, social media seems to want someone to pay. I'm Amy DeLaura for Washington Examiner.
It's crazy, man. These people are losing their minds, y'all. Give me 1 second. We got one more clip. We actually got 2 more clips. We got 2 more clips, all right? I'm away from my thing. It's frozen right now. My thing is frozen. They try to mess with my computer. Can y'all hear me? Put a 5 in the chat. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm getting it ready. All right. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I got an emergency. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I got an emergency call. Hold on. All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? All right, let's get right to it.
The left is refusing to apologize for their disgusting comments following Charlie Kirk's death. Instead of saying sorry, ousted MSNBC analyst, if you want to call him that, Matthew Dowd, is trashing the network for firing him after these despicable comments. Listen.
We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration. He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Yeah, have fun being unemployed, Matt. The network apologized for the comments, but Dowd doubled down on his nasty rhetoric and is now accusing MSNBC of caving to the, quote, right-wing mob.
Yes, he got fired. He definitely needed to get fired. What's going on in my chat? E-beggars are so funny. I tell you what I do. Since you say I'm e-begging, I got you blocked. Since I'm e-begging, I got you blocked. Take your broke behind somewhere else. Why is it you broke folks coming and talking about e-begging? E-begging. Yes, I should get support from my platform. Why shouldn't I get support from my platform? All you folks that's watching me in the clouds, that's mad that I'm doing very well for myself. Why this person say I'm e-begging? If people want to support my platform, they could support my platform. Take your broke behind somewhere else. I can't stand you broke folks. I can't stand you demons and warlocks and witches. I can't stand none of you. You don't mean nothing to me. You spittle, you nothing. You like the hell father, your father is Satan. Now, what's going on with Timothy and Jonathan? What's going on here? Let me see what Jonathan said. What's going on with Tammy and Jonathan? What's happening here? Come on now. Let's get back to this video.
Paul Morrow is still with us. Paul, you hear those comments and you just shake your head because it was made after Charlie was shot, before we knew if he was alive or dead, and yet that's where a network went as far as, well, I guess he deserved it. That's basically what Matthew Dowd was saying.
Yeah, that is basically what he said, and it's so disheartening as all of us were on the edge of our seats waiting to see, praying that he was going to be okay, that he was going to come through this. Here is somebody on a national network saying he deserved it and then doubling down on it. So unfortunate. What I go to here, where my mind goes to, is how ignorant, in the true sense of that word, uninformed those comments are. It shows what a silo, what a bubble many of the people on the far, far left live in, because celebratory gunfire? Yeah. What do they think goes on? What does they think? The Turning Point USA is like a Wild West rodeo? Exactly. They're riding around.
There was a lot of people praying for him to die, just like a lot of people pray for you to die. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's on point, they pray for you to die. You got a lot of people which you don't have no home. You don't take care of your family. They act like they for you. They support you. But a lot of people want to see you broke. A lot of people want to see you down and out based on your opinion. This is why I say this place, man, is a bunch of demons, warlocks, and witches on this earth. Make no mistake about it. There's too many of them. Let's go.
On horses, boom, 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 shooting up in it. I mean, it's the most idiotic, ignorant thing I've ever heard. It's completely devoid of reality. And even when you do get celebratory gunfire, which is quite rare, you get it in the city, NYPD, you get it on New Year's Eve, they shoot up in the air. Very clearly, that's not where the shot came from. I was really amazed at just the utter stupidity. I'm sorry to use such a pejorative word, but I just felt that was just such a stupid thing to say.
Appropriate word, David.
Yeah, but it does continue across the spectrum. Martha Raddatz, right, blaming Trump.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is and it's typically what happens. The left equivocates when they can't get to a boogeyman, when they can't attack, they try to equivocate. We call for an end to political violence, to gun violence. Now, because you don't go along with them, you're the bad guy. And that's what they're trying to do here. The fact is that when you look at the instances of shootings, whether at the Catholic school, you look at even, and by the way, they went back to Minnesota. It was a Governor Walz appointee who committed that shooting against those two lawmakers. And then they still tried to blame Trump and the right.
Exactly. They don't want to call out their own situation. They want to act like they don't do nothing wrong. That's what these sinners do. That's what these sinners do.
And Paul, this is the thing that really fosters a bad environment here for the country, because enough people or someone may believe that constant drone from the media.
Yeah, you know, and if you repeat this stuff long enough, it becomes a self-licking ice cream cone, as we used to say in the intelligence world. It becomes true by default. And, you know, I just wish that some of the people who are saying these things would leave the coastal enclaves and come to where I am now. We've been broadcasting from on the campus here in Utah. These kids are beautiful kids, man. I mean, they're coming up to us, they're crying, they're holding hands, they're praying together. It is the absolute antithesis of what's being put out in the hateful areas of the social media.
Hateful area of the social media, yeah. Let me get rid of this troll. Let me get rid of these trolls. Let me get rid of these black devils coming in my chat. Let me get rid of these black devils coming in my chat. These black devils. You're not welcome in my chat. You black demons, you black warlocks, you black witches, you're not welcome in my chat. Take your behind somewhere else with your vitriol hate. Because I'm not racist. I call out everybody that's insane. You sinners are not welcome in my chat. Take your broke, devilish behind somewhere else. Let's continue.
None of these kids came there with any animus or violence in their minds, including some of the kids that have talked to me that said they didn't agree with Charlie Kirk. But well, you know what the commonality is? It's really interesting. They're so well informed. They said that, but I didn't really agree with most of what he said. But you know what he does that I really liked? He was about the First Amendment. They got.
He was about the First Amendment. Exactly. Thank you, Mrs. Eldridge, for the $20 contribution. Thank you so much. She says that great content, Rollo. Keep up the great work. We all should have free speech. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk was killed for using his free speech, in my opinion. Firing others is different. It's more hate speech. Well, I mean, you got to think about it. It's a lot of teachers. Mrs. Eldridge, let me ask you this question, ma'am. And tell Mr. Eldridge I said hello. Let me ask you this question, ma'am. If you had your kids going to a particular school and you found out that the teacher is preaching hate to your child, is telling your child, it's not teaching your child the curriculum, it's teaching hate. All these hateful teachers gotta go. Yeah, they may have a family. That means if they're disrespectful to your kids, they're disrespectful to their husband, they're disrespectful to their kids. And if it's a man, he's disrespectful to his own kids, he can't stand, and his own wife, he can't stand. All these entities and deities gotta go, Mrs. Eldridge. This is uncalled for. These are teachers that's teaching in these schools, in certain companies. There's policies. And people don't respect policies. This is why we got all this nonsense going on. We could agree to disagree, like some of the Utah students agree to disagree, that doesn't mean that gives you the right to unalive the man. And then you got these teachers out here from different backgrounds celebrating. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. They should be fired. They should be fired. Or if they don't want to fire them, you pull your support from those faculties. That needs to happen to get these people's attention. Let's continue.
The importance of the First Amendment. And you know what? I think that's what's being lost here.
Embracing debate and the exchange of open ideas. Wow, what a crazy concept.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
They're the people who don't want to talk. It's my main issue with them. And Charlie Kirk was a guy who, like, he was always talking. And I talked to him here. You know, the right-wingers, say what you want about them, but they talk to you. They're not into this leftist thing. The left really has much more of a, I don't talk to you, I don't want to deal with you, you're deplorable, I can't break bread with you.
Yeah.
That attitude, and like all the right-wingers, they don't have that attitude.
So do you agree with that, Jonathan?
I do, wholeheartedly. I think that was right on the money. You know, I just returned from Europe where I was speaking on free speech. And free speech isn't a free fall in Europe. And they did precisely what some people are arguing today. They used hateful rhetoric, inflammatory rhetoric, to silence everyone, to expand censorship. And it has taken them down to the road, which is truly horrific.
So even Bill Maher, who's an Ibarazzi, even had to acknowledge what's going on. Even him, of his stature, he had to show respect. He paid some respect. Now let's get to what Mrs. Johann says. She says, no matter political side, we are wrong is wrong. Absolutely. We have Rizza in the house. We have moderator Julian in the house. Shout out to the mods, Rizza, Julian. And I believe Corey was here earlier. Corey was here earlier. We have Marissa. We have Rizza. We have Julian. And I believe we had Corey here earlier. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the members. I see y'all in the building. Brenda said earlier. What did Brenda say earlier? We got Robert in the house too. Let's see. Brenda said something earlier. Well, repost your statement, Brenda, if you're in the chat. The chat is moving pretty quickly. Let's continue to get the likes up to 50 plus, y'all. I will appreciate that if y'all continue to like the button. Okay, there we go. She says, blessings at Johan. Or she said blessings to me earlier. Okay. Let's go down. Let's see. All right. Let's go to the next one. Give me 1 second. All right, one more. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to hear what this lady has to say from News Nation. All right. She says, back from vacation, just tuning in. All right. Thank you so much. Glad you enjoy your vacation. Let's do this. This is the last one. Okay. Let's hear what this lovely lady has to say. All right. Let's go.
As we continue to learn more about the alleged assassin who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, we're also seeing a cascade of people being fired for their comments, appearing to celebrate Kirk's passing, including Office Depot, which fired a worker for refusing.
Okay, so NASDAQ, Office Depot, the Joe Burrow Foundation, American Airlines, Delta, Clemson, Carolina Panthers, and Department of Transportation, United States of America. Wow.
To print a memorial poster. Also, the NFL's Carolina Panthers football team said they fired an employee for a social media post appearing to mock Kirk's death. And then Bengals player nonprofit, the Joe Burrow Foundation, also fired an advisory board member who they say made inappropriate remarks in light of recent events. News Nation's Jorge Ventura live with more. And Jorge, we know the list is growing of more workers being fired from their jobs. What's the latest on this?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. Those firings are racking up, and many of those social media posts either mocking or celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk are actually being amplified by conservative influencers or activists with large accounts. Some of these accounts, like Libs of TikTok, have over 4 million followers and are encouraging their audience to contact the employers of those making the posts. And one of those companies facing the online backlash from Kirk supporters is Delta Airlines, the company.
Now, okay, so Mr. Kirk wore the shirt. He wore the shirt, all right? The second, they try to assassinate Trump the second time, okay? So he wore that shirt at a convention when he was talking to the people. Now, some people are going to say he asked for it. No, he didn't ask for it. You know what I'm saying? When he wore that shirt, he's like saying, I support this man because he's fighting for the American people and people wanted him gone. And it's like he knew that doing this, you know, he had to make sure everybody was on point. You know what I'm saying? It's just unfortunate. You know, when you tell the truth, people want to kill you, y'all. People want to kill you when you tell the truth. Let's go.
Announcing the suspension and investigation into some of their employees, saying that their social media posts went well beyond healthy, respectful debate and that they were in stark contrast to the company's policies. We've also seen the NASDAQ firing a junior level employee on Friday as well. The NASDAQ also citing zero tolerance policy towards violence and commentary that condones or celebrates the murder of Charlie Kirk. We are seeing this across the board in different jobs, in sectors. The Guilford Technical Community College in North Carolina recently announcing that they've terminated a part-time instructor for similar reasons, citing that the social media posts did not share the college's respectful and learning working environment. And now Clemson University also under fire. Now we have South Carolina Congressman Thomas Beach calling for cuts to the university.
Yeah, cut them off. Cut them off. Mrs. Brenda, thank you for the $10 support. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting the show, Brenda. I appreciate that. I really, really do. I humbly appreciate you ladies supporting the stream. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the contribution. That's correct. People don't like to hear the truth over their delusions. That's a good one, Magistar. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Let's get the channel over 2,600 subscribers. We got a few people in the building. If y'all all haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be talking more about this political stuff. I got some more political stuff for you guys I want to get into. So do me a favor, double tap the like button if you haven't already. And subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the all notifications. I appreciate the new viewers. Whether you agree or disagree, just be respectful to me as the host. Be respectful to the mods. Be respectful to the people in the chat. Try to keep it clean. try to stay on the subject. You get what I'm saying? Because we all been affected by this. This man is no longer here with us. He had 2 children under the age of 5. And you have a lot of teachers, these demon teachers, these entity teachers, these deity teachers. The entity is the male, the deity is the woman, and they are celebrating, and they supposed to be teaching the children things that they learn or add on to what they learned in their school, and they going on social media celebrating the death of a man that has children. And like Mr. DeSantis said, the governor of Florida, this is uncalled for. It's uncalled for. You know? And then you got some of these guys like New Breed Global Truth, that warlock who's celebrating the demise, the disrespect. He has baby moms all over the place. You got a lot of these people that's not moving correctly, that's disrespecting Mr. Kirk or disrespecting any person that speaks the truth. You get what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. We got to get rid of Anthony, y'all. We got to get rid of Anthony. We got to remove him. Because see, this is the thing. This is the problem with you demons. You demons be saying things based on shorts. You'll watch the shorts. You won't watch the whole thing. You won't watch the whole video. You coming in here on demon time. You got to be blocked. You're on demon time, you're going to be blocked. Mr. Vob says, excuse me, I own a plumbing company in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let 2 employees go last Friday. One said freedom of speech. I simply said that has consequences. Now get out. Wow, we got an owner in the building. We got an owner in the building. I don't think he's using his real name. He's using a ghost name. So salute to you, Mr. Vob. I'm gonna go by your YouTuber name. Mr. Vob says I own a plumbing company in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let 2 employees go last Friday. One said freedom of speech. I simply said that has consequences. Now get out. He removed the sentence out of his company. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you by using your YouTuber name. You know, appreciate that. You did the right thing. You don't want that, you know. That's your name? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. He said that's his name. Hold on. Let me check something out. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to check something out real quick. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to check something out. Okay, I see it. I see who it is. Yep, it is him, y'all. I see him. I see his company name and his licensing of North Carolina. So it's legit. You never know who watches your platform, y'all. You never know who watches your platform. So this guy is legit, y'all. You know, I thought that was his because a lot of business people don't use their real name. They use a burn account or a shadow account. They don't want people to know about them. You know, I do have a lot of people of importance do watch my platform. So I looked into it, and it's him. Yep. So I looked into it quickly to confirm it. Salute to you, sir, for doing what you did. Yep. Okay. Yeah, he did not deserve any of this. He didn't at all. He didn't at all, y'all. Running Up 360, another moderator member in the building. What's going on, Running Up 360? Good to see you, man. What's happening? Exactly, Mrs. Brenda. Charlie Kirk provided clean debate with anyone. Yes. So, it's confirmed. I did my research. I checked up on my computer. So, I appreciate you coming by, Bob Desi. He has a plumbing company. It's very well known in Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, so I appreciate you coming in, letting me know, letting my audience know what's going on. So, hey, let's get right to it. Let's continue.
University's funding at the professors posted celebratory remarks. The hashtag Clemson on X is also trending right now because of it. We have also now seen a new statement from Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy today saying that American airline pilots were grounded and removed because they were caught celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Ooh-wee! The American Airlines had to ground because of what they said on social media. That's what I'm talking about. They're not playing.
Also saying that the behavior is, quote, disgusting and should be fired, and that their behavior glorifying political violence is completely unacceptable. And this spree of firings have even gone local to employees at law firms and restaurants. But we're seeing this massive campaign right now, especially on X and Tasha, of these huge accounts with millions of followers encouraging their audiences to contact the employers and making this push. Natasha.
Yeah, Jorge Ventura tracking that tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact.
All right. Exactly, Keystone. Exactly, Keystone. Hey, Keystone. Shout out to you, man. Everybody missed it yesterday. It was Keystone's birthday. Some people supported his Cash App. Send me the link, Keystone. Send me the link on my Gmail of your birthday celebration. You said that you was going to do a shout out to everybody that supported your Cash App. Send me the link of the video that you shouted us out on your Cash App B-Day. Send me the link on my Gmail. And so Brenda says, blessings in your winnings business at Bob Desi. I agree. So let's see. Did we reach the 2,600 subscriber goal? We need more people to subscribe to the channel. Let's reach the goal, y'all. Let's get to the 2,600 subscriber goal before I get on out of here. Let's make another goal. Give me 1 second. Let me check my phone. Gotta check something real quick. Let me see what you're saying. She said that he challenged people to think they didn't have to agree, but at least they could have respectful debates. Exactly. Exactly, Magic Star. Italian Mama, what's up? What's going on? What's going on with you, man? All right, cool. I'll check it out when I get time. I'll check it out when I get time. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Okay. I'm checking something out. Okay, we good. All right. So listen, that's pretty much about it. Let's get to the goal. Let's see how many people subscribe to the channel. We need a few more people to subscribe. Let's make it happen. Come on now. I know some of you ain't subscribed to the channel. Let's get to the goal. Let's get to the goal of 2,600 subscribers. Let's get to the goal, y'all. We're a few people away from making it happen. If you really digging the content and you really want to, see more input of this, subscribe to the channel. Go in the comment section. Flood the comment section, y'all. That's what you call legitimate support. Legitimate support too. So listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in to the show. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to those who's been rocking with the platform for a long time. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the replay, watch the replay. If there's anything you missed and you want to add it on to the conversation, send me the link. Send me the link, Keystone, to my Gmail. Send me the link to my Gmail. Send me the link that you did to my Gmail. Okay, I got it. All right. All right, let's hear this, y'all. We're going to hear this real quickly.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? And what happened to your live, Rollo? You just went up there. You was talking to tickets of knowledge. And, you just snapped off the air just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. So I had my link right there and stuff. We're going to announce the ones who gave and everything. And that did right, you know what I mean? With the Cash App, your gifts to me will be blessed. It will get me a long way as you see the progress go on down to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy this out here in Nature Breathe. I lost weight down here and everything. Even when I had drunk, I ate, I still lost weight. You know, the South food is better than the up North food. I'm going to tell you that right now. So what we are doing right now is put my Cash App and we're going to find out what is real and who.
All right, so I'm gonna do a separate video for that, Keystone. I'm gonna do a separate video for that because I want to keep it on topic. So what I'm gonna do is post Keystone's video to my community post. Let me do that real quickly, so y'all can go check it out yourself. Let me post it on my thing. Let me do that. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna post it on my community post for everybody to, if they want to support your Cash App, they could go over there and listen to it. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the support, ladies. Shout out to everybody else that liked the video and shared the video. I'm gonna holler at y'all real soon. Brown Royalty to the